Welcome back to Gamer Box. It's been a while. It's been emotional, but we're back. I'm with my good friend at Matthew King at Kinger1988 Twitter, because he's not going to be able to tell you what it is. And of course, I am at AJ Nation 71. You can just call me AJ. We have taken a little bit of time off because we're making some changes, but don't worry, we are coming back solid and more regularly. I've been moving house. King has been out the country. Phil, unfortunately, is really ill, so get well so soon, Phil. We send our regards. And Martin is just forgetting his man duties. But let's get to what's important. And what is important is we're here with the brand new Xbox One X and AC Origins. Now, Kinger, positively, very, very positively received game. How do you feel about playing this?
I haven't played Assassin's Creed for a long time, actually. The last Assassin's Creed played. Assassin's Creed game I played, articulate, was the one before the one set in London.
So you played Unity.
Played Unity,
which is the one that put everyone off Assassin's Creed.
Yes, yeah, because it was a buggy, broken mess at the start.
It was a bit. Did you play it on PC or PS4?
PS4, I think.
Actually,
no. I played Unity. I played the one before that, Black Flag. That's the last one I played.
Oh, see, Black Flag. Well, yeah. So yeah, it was Black Flag, Rogue something.
Yeah,
because there was one that finished the trilogy of Black Flag. And then it was Unity.
Yeah.
But yeah, Unity was terrible. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't a great game.
No.
Syndicate, I really liked. I actually really, really liked it. But again, a lot of people didn't give it the time of day because they felt burnt by Unity. And this, I mean, general reviews are saying that Assassin's Creed has really benefited from having a year off.
Yeah.
They've taken away the annualized pattern that they got into.
Yes.
So Ubisoft's plan, as we know of at the moment, is year of Watch Dogs, year of Assassin's Creed.
It makes sense because I never really got the year release, because all it does is pushes the rush games out, and you get lower quality projects.
You do, because they got several studios just working on one project, haven't they? So it's not so much that it's in-house. You have Ubisoft Montreal working on a bit, Ubisoft Singapore, and various other places. So let's dive into the game, and we'll talk a bit more. But we've gone through the first section of the game, so just taking away some of the story element for you, just to look solely at gameplay. So at the moment, Kinger is riding camelback, running over pedestrians, and going into, I think, Salvia is the place that he's going to.
Village.
Very, very beautiful game, and even more beautiful with the 4K and HDR update that Assassin's Creed gets if you've got it on Xbox One X. I mean, historically, Assassin's Creed games actually have been quite pretty games.
They are always been very pretty. They've always put the work into it. Even Unity, how broken as it was still a pretty game.
Yeah, the problem I always have with Assassin's Creed is not necessarily the way it looked, it was the way it felt, and it moved. It didn't feel so much alive in the sense that, yes, they filled the screen with NPCs, but their animations were terrible. And combat itself was very stiff and rigid. But what we've seen so far in our short play is how different the combat system is. I mean, I grabbed the controller expecting to press a certain button to get a certain response because I've played so many Assassin's Creed games, and it's not like that at all.
Well, that has always been the biggest complaint about Assassin's Creed game when you compare it to like the Arkham games. And Lord of the Rings,
Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War.
I mean, you always off.
Well, you just decapitated him through a wall.
No, that's just.
We're having some technical issues. Kinger doesn't know how to use the controller. No, don't do that. Don't decapitate him.
The guy get off the bloody camel. No. There we go. I'm off.
Now chop his legs off.
Compared to the fluidity of those games, the combat system, Assassin's Creed always lacked in that.
I mean, again, Syndicate made vast improvements, but it was still quite considerably behind our the Arkham and the Shadow games.
Yeah.
Hepzibah! Hepzibah! Once again, the soldiers!
Lots of soldiers.
Bayek!
Rabia! My Rabia!
I have worried about you.
Ah, you know me, eh?
It's a good-looking game, though, isn't it?
Very good looking game.
At you. Cuts? Contusions?
One thing Assassin's Creed has usually got right, not in every game in the series, is their characterization as well.
Yeah.
They usually portray the leads very strongly,
I've always patched you two up. Made excuses to your parents.
which again was possibly another criticism of Unity. Was Arno himself was a bit drab and boring.
Yeah.
Be interested to see how this gentleman develops it. And assuming that it's called Assassin's Creed Origins, it's fair to say we're probably
Yeah.
going to the beginning of the storyline.
I would say so, yeah. I mean, there's not very much. Because, yeah, the sort of Egyptian history is quite far back in it, so I'm guessing we'll see how the it will develop.
Osiris.
I mean, glad that they have done this as well. I mean, there's so far through our gameplay experience, there's been no anime segments or future segments.
Yeah.
Something I've never really bothered with the Assassin's Creed
No,
games.
it seems to take you out of the storyline a little bit.
Best spot to hit is right in the head.
So we're doing a bow tutorial at the moment.
So, how's one to aim?
R2, RT. Yeah,
One of the
perfect.
dummies is sturdier than the other. More arrows
Right in the
rough over
face.
there.
What happens if you try and shoot him? Pretty cool.
So, that was our tutorial.
Good.
You're a natural.
What is it?
Conveniently timed damsel in distress.
Go. Come, quickly.
So yeah, this was always one of the time periods that fans of Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
wanted them to tackle this and feudal Japan, which we still haven't got, which we
Yeah.
probably will get one day.
Yeah.
Ubisoft are usually pretty good at fan service.
Well, there's quite a lot of history in the periods that could be followed.
That's the one thing I do like. One of the big parts of Assassin's Creed I do like is not necessarily the gameplay element,
Yeah.
but also there is an educational element as well, and
Yeah.
that's something
They
they've
will find
talked
my
about with
letters
this
and burn
game.
down my place.
Is that there's a free update coming in the new year where they're doing a museum mode where they take the
Okay.
combat
Watch
element
out.
out and you can just
Yeah.
walk around the locations
Yeah.
and get information about the historic landmarks that you pass,
Okay,
which is
quite
pretty cool.
there?
Yeah, especially for people who are
Yeah.
interested in Assassin's Creed
He's
but
getting too
are put
close.
off by the complexity. They're giving the casual player a bit more of a
Tie, eliminate. Why take down? Okay.
nice.
Nice.
Now for the rest of them.
So the stealth segments obviously
Yeah.
are back for this game.
Yeah. Well, you are an assassin, aren't you? So.
Yeah, well, you could just run in all guns
Yeah.
blazing without a gun, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't study history at university, but I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure the Egyptian period didn't see many a machine gun.
No.
Oh!
Oh.
Bit of slow-mo.
Yeah.
See, I like the way it always gives you the opportunity to loot a body
Yeah.
once you've disposed of it.
Hey, what?
Ooh, nice. Right in the neck. So feelings on Xbox One, Kinger, as well, generally. Xbox One X. Sorry.
From what I've seen, it's an impressive bit of hardware, isn't it? I think they've done very well.
I mean, I formerly was a PS4 owner.
Yeah.
I actually got rid of my PS4 to get an Xbox
So-
One X, and it's staggering the difference in power. I mean, I would personally, my feelings towards the PS4 Pro, I was
Yeah.
quite underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I wanted that step up into 4K gaming to be,
Yeah.
I don't know, a bigger jump.
Yeah.
Whereas I know the Xbox One wasn't as powerful as the original PS4,
That does
but the
it.
jump from PS4
Mike.
to PS4
I
Pro
told you
Yeah.
this Nakatia did
wasn't
not
big
care.
enough to justify
I
the
cannot
extra
believe
price
this.
tag.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
This
is
seems
sad.
more step forward.
upstairs.
Yes, definitely. I
I'll show
mean,
you all the
it goes a
metal
long way
pieces.
to trying to match at least some of the PC Master Race's power. I mean, we're never going to get that far,
All
but
the
No,
problems
it's
that
just
still
different,
are here.
different type of hardware and
Yeah.
power there. I mean,
this
Yeah.
is
I tried to
this
help
is still
everyone, but it is
impressive.
more than I
Yeah.
can do. So you're telling me you do not have the
Justifiable
powers
for the £450
But
price
The
tag.
real problem is that manual.
It's the console
But you know-
is an impressive piece of kit. It looks
People will
slick.
hope
It sits
it will
nice in your
cost a
living room.
yeah. I mean, I
Sure.
like the look of it compared to the how big the Xbox One originally was.
We soon learn
That was
the
the one big
truth,
complaint people had. And this is a lot more smaller and sleeker and
Heavy.
less- yeah.
Smaller but heavy.
Yeah, there's less gorish and in your face. You can sit there on your under your TV and be fine.
Nice matte black finish.
Yeah,
No
yeah, it's
gloss.
a good looking kit and yeah, the powers and it's got a 4K Blu-ray player as well.
Which the PS4 Pro doesn't.
Yeah,
have,
surprisingly, yeah. So
I will find
You can spend £50 on DVDs.
yeah. I mean, 4K Blu-rays are still a couple £100 as well. So it's
Exactly.
yeah.
You're paying £450, but really you're only actually paying £250. If you look at it logically, you're only
Yeah.
paying £250 for a games console
Yeah.
because you're getting the Blu-ray player built into it.
Yeah,
And
in the village. I will talk to
also,
the blacksmith.
consoles like this are dependent on the content.
yeah.
So
yeah.
Xbox has already committed to upgrading quite a few of its first-party games.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
on
Look
release,
who is coming.
you've already got, say, Gears of War 4
Yeah.
texture pack updates.
Yeah.
You've also Rise of the Tomb Raider has been updated again,
Yeah,
considering how old that game is, which is quite impressive. And there's various third-party titles,
Yeah.
such as Assassin's Creed, Formula
understand.
One. So that they've already gone as far as to make quite a good effort to make
Yeah.
sure people have got the new 4K experience
Yeah.
to play. Not necessarily through new games, but
Yeah.
games they may already own.
I mean, hopefully they'll start pushing more 4K content elsewhere as well.
Of course.
Because, something might be free room now. Yeah, we do. Can I go? So,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like push the content towards it as well. Because like 4K TVs now are pretty much getting to the mainstream now, as people slowly start to swap those flat screens out. Mm-hmm. So with Amazon and Netflix pushing for more 4K content as well.
They've been doing it for a
Yeah.
while. Well, when I say a while, they've joined the crew this year, haven't
Yeah.
they?
So it's good to see 4K content slowly start evolving. I mean, 4K gaming is still
Hunt for leather.
true 4K gaming is still a
There are
while
some
a
people
while
on my
off.
table who want to help.
But I said it's still a looking game regardless. I mean, I imagine with a 4K TV with the HDR, that's another big step up for gaming as well.
Yes, of
Because they
course.
started going
Freshwater
across the movies.
spring near Manai Cave. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually impressed. I was
Pheromone.
I was quite not skeptical, but I was slightly worried that
Yeah,
not necessarily that I was throwing £500 down the £400 down the drain,
Yeah.
£450 down the drain. That I wasn't necessarily going to get my
Yeah.
money's worth. But then,
no, yeah.
I mean, the difference in graphical validity and presentation from the PS4 standard to this is a big step.
Yeah.
A big step.
Yeah.
And for those especially who have their 4K setups already.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Microsoft will accept themselves that this is quite a niche product to begin with. Like, they're not necessarily trying to ship tens of millions through the door.
Yeah.
They're just trying to sell like a couple of mil to begin with to get
Yeah.
the feeders out before they really
Yeah.
come
I mean,
out.
like when the PS4 and Xbox One came out, they were underpowered regardless.
What happened to your blacksmith shop?
PC gaming had already
Those
got miles
naked
ahead of that
soldiers.
stage as well.
Ptolemy's
That's a
captain
couple of
saw
years
me
back,
making
and
a sword and
um,
accused me of being
So
a
it's
He was not wrong.
Everyone said they're underpowered, not professionals. Everyone said they're underpowered, and surprise, they were. I mean,
Bastards.
so how long's the PS4 been
see
out
when
now?
he's a blacksmith.
3 years, 4
Even
years.
me.
Christ, that's a good question.
Same with the Xbox One. They've only been out a couple of years compared to how long the PS3 and Xbox
360.
the 360 were out for. They had what, 8 years, 9 years?
Yeah, I mean, this is part of the reason I think why you've had such a
I will
Yeah,
get those tools back. And I will
because they were
insignificant jump. It's because
Yeah.
the last console generation, in my opinion, was too long.
yeah,
And it did hurt. I think it's hurt the industry slightly, especially in for innovation. Is that you've essentially got consoles now that they're almost stifling their own growth because they don't want to make too much of a jump
yeah,
because the price of making that jump essentially
Yeah.
brought great sorrow to
is
us.
going to be pushed on the consumer, and I don't think people. I think it's a risk for Xbox in a sense to release a £450 console. There's a lot of people that would never pay that in a million
No,
years for a video
yeah,
games
yeah.
console. PlayStation 3 originally saw that when it first released. They tried to release a £600.
it was 600. Yeah, people
And
wouldn't
they-
pay for that. So.
Yeah, it didn't. Sales
Yeah.
suffered quite horrendously to begin with.
Yeah, because I mean, people have a price point they will what they pay for, and well, I suppose the mobile phones is a good way to look at that for people already paying so much. And same with game console, people don't want to pay. Well, the original idea of console was that we fun for gaming, have a system that's going to break the bank, and you could have it play quickly and efficiently. So. And I think people have sort of lost their way a little bit. So
Yeah, because again, the jump between say a £450 console and getting
Yeah.
a PC, which is quite considerably more powerful,
yeah,
is not that big.
no,
I mean, we've been talking about this personally
yeah,
quite a lot recently because I've been debating whether to get a gaming PC, and the jump itself is maybe what could you justifiably do it for only a couple of £100 more?
Well, I
Would
could
you
probably
say?
get you something that would probably match this. For like 800, probably 600, 800.
Oh, so you would say to match the quality of
Yeah.
this would be it's still £800, but you wouldn't actually replace the PC itself. You'd only replace its parts, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
even though you make the initial investment,
yeah,
you would actually save money over time.
Yeah.
And you'd constantly have a machine that was always up
that's
to
the
date.
thing. Yeah, I mean, your graphics card's the main part. I mean, processors on the PC they pretty much stay the same now. They've started to prove that you can have a processor for like 5-6 years. And in graphics card, I tend to upgrade mine every 2 to 3 years, but I chase the highest spec. But again, you can get a decent machine, yeah. So it's what you're invest your money in, really. But this is, I mean, I am impressed by this. What I've seen, it's impressive with a bit of hardware, and just to see how games develop for it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's third parties I'm looking at mainly
Hmm.
because I'm a big Nintendo fan. So first party stuff provided by PlayStation and Xbox, Microsoft, I've never really been truly enamored with. But third party software sometimes has been
Yeah.
lacking for Nintendo consoles. And though the Switch has been hugely successful,
massively successful.
we're seeing things like Doom being released at the end of the week for
Yeah.
the Switch. You're seeing Wolfenstein 2 at the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
We've got FIFA back. There's still those games that you want the caliber that the Xbox One would bring with the 4K HDR powerhouse under the unit that you maybe wouldn't necessarily get with the Switch.
Yeah.
I mean, the Switch is a very powerful console for what it can do. It's portable.
Yeah.
It has its pluses. But when you just want to sit down and you want to
Yeah.
play a game that you want to marvel at,
Yeah.
for example, the new BioWare project, this Anthem that's coming out.
Yeah.
That's the type of game you probably want to break out the Xbox One X. for.
Exactly, yeah, sort of big, on a big TV, and all the other can do. So,
Right, so I'm going to try and sneak into this camp.
yeah.
How do I crouch?
It auto crouched me, so maybe it might do that as you go in.
Hopefully. Oh no.
Maybe not. Do you have your weapon out?
How do I put it away? Oh no. I'm going to die.
Just kill them all.
God, Alex.
Not a very good cam to have a massive mouth.
Oh, I just whistled accidentally. Oh, so a good thing about this game,
Yeah.
a thing they've taken from Breath of the Wild, is they've eliminated the process that was always prevalent in Ubisoft games, where you'd climb to the top of the tower and it would give you all of your objectives.
Yeah.
And you have a map that gives you, as once you've got it, it reveals all the collectibles.
Yeah.
The Eagle Companion you now have is replace that. And gives you an inkling, gives you more of an incentive, to explore, which is really, really good. And something I appreciate. Because funnily enough, actually, I learned this at EGX. Ubisoft had done a study where if you put a map on the HUD screen in one of the corners, 80% of your attention is on that map.
Oh, okay.
So what's the point of making these beautiful, graphically beautiful games that they spend years developing,
And you're looking at it.
and you're just looking at the majority of your attention would be to like the bottom right hand corner
Yeah,
of
that
the
makes
screen.
sense, yeah.
So they've done it for AC Unity, and
Yeah.
they've done it for Far Cry 5, which is good. And also the fact that AC games did become a bit of a collectathon, didn't they?
Yeah.
You climb to your vantage point, scan the area, which is cool and a good, and obviously
Yeah.
a gimmick of Assassin's
It got a
Creed.
little bit frustrating because you're just doing that over and over again. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, crap, I'm going to climb another tower now to try and find my
Yeah.
objective. It's like, just...
And you've got 500. I tell you, the worst one for it was Ace. As much as I quite like the game, even though it's not the fan favorite, AC3.
Which was...
The Connor.
Oh, the American one.
Yeah, the American Revolution. That game was horrendous for collectibles.
Yeah.
Oh, what have I done? Oh, I don't know what I've done.
On the photo mode. That's quite good.
It's cool, but not necessary at this moment in time.
Oh, yeah.
So again, looking at the battle system,
Yeah.
it's a lot more fluid, a hell of a lot more fluid, and it's more strategic. I know I'm saying this while going and just waving my sword all over the place, but I'm fighting low-level enemies.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, the very first thing we did in this game is we actually fought quite a relatively high-level enemy, and it taught us the tactics of the battle, where we actually had to dodge, we had to time our strikes. And we had to use some of the more advanced techniques, and that was the very first gameplay element we put you in for. So it gives you, it prepares you for the fact that, do you know what? This isn't just going to be your everyday Assassin's Creed game. We've made an effort. I say that we've made an effort. We've made a real charge at trying to change the formula of this so you don't get bored.
Well, I mean, that's what I said. The first Assassin's Creed games were always just... The combat was never great. It was more like counting and parrying. You were sort of waiting for them to attack to counter them. It just didn't feel fluid or like... Well, like the Arkham Knight games and the Shadow Mordor games, you feel like a badass warrior.
Yeah.
And you're going in, you're doing all these amazing moves, and you're fluid, and it just feels good.
It's fair to say that those games have become quite a benchmark for games that are similar with their combat
So
system.
Assassin's Creed had to up the game with it, and from what we've seen, it looks like they have. To fight so much better.
Let me best tools.
I mean, I genuinely love the Arkham series, and I know people didn't necessarily like Arkham Origins, but I still thought it was a brilliant game. I need to remember. Oh, there you go, the dodge button.
Yeah, this is quite a badass look.
Oh, desynchronized.
That was a good start.
There you go.
Oh, cheers.
You can fight the fatty.
Oh, yeah, cheers. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Dodge is X.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It is still strange playing a game with, though it still looks like an Assassin's Creed game, and having a completely different button system.
Yeah.
But then they did the same again, harkening back to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh wow, it's still a brutal run-up kill.
Yeah.
We haven't got our hidden blade yet. Oh yeah, nail him in the head with an arrow. Or in the chest.
After him!
So another thing this game features is more RPG elements.
Yeah.
The battles themselves The battle system
Yeah.
itself, there's a very detailed weapon
Yeah.
system now. With weapon... Oh, brutal. And as you can see, the enemies, even
Yeah.
though that's been a feature of the Assassin's Creed series for a while, the
Yeah.
level of the enemies is... shot
Oh,
with an arrow.
okay, well that's good.
Well,
I killed him, but yeah, it's got shot like
I think you deserve to carry on. It's
Yeah,
only been a
yeah.
short while.
I've always liked this loading screen.
Yeah,
It's always quite a good last little.
the Animus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you have to kill him again? I don't think you do. It says return to Benny,
okay. Well,
which if you want,
yeah.
I mean,
Run away.
don't know if that's.
Oh,
Oh, well, you're gonna probably have to fight those,
okay, yeah.
or you just run. No, yeah, just run.
Run away.
Do you know where you're
Nope.
running quite far away from the objective marker?
Oh, okay. Let's see
Oh,
that. I'm trying to get killed first.
yeah, probably not. That old lady at the beginning fixed you up, and all we've basically done is try and wreck ourselves.
Oh. It is. It's a stunning game. It's quite bright. I mean, it's what I quite like. I like bright games like this. A lot of games recently that. So the last couple of years have gone sort of grey palettes.
Yes, of
Dark
course.
and dreary, but I
Yeah.
like to see a nice bright,
Yes, when done
good looking
properly.
game. Yeah.
It's rare to see a game that's trying to simulate photorealism be so bright.
Yeah.
Because generally you can hide, which is a old developer's trick.
Yeah.
You can hide behind muddier textures
Yeah.
with a darker game, whereas the light does bring
Yeah.
out some of the, I don't know, possible frailties in a game.
Yeah.
But when, like you said, when you've got a game as pretty as this, it's
Yeah.
not necessarily. You don't necessarily want to hide what you're doing.
Yeah. So we've got to go.
Is that Bayek?
So just to give you guys an idea of some of the content we have got coming up for you,
Cool.
Kinger at some point in the near future will be streaming Wolfenstein 2,
Yep.
which is
yep.
a game I am really looking forward to playing for. That game has been very, very positively received, and I really, really loved the first game,
Yes, first one's awesome.
and I'm looking forward to playing the second.
Oh, maybe sometime we can do a live stream on my PC of the first one.
Yeah, that would be good, especially in preparation for the second.
Yeah.
And we will also. We did promise Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
I've been playing that game thoroughly. Do not you
Yeah.
worry. We will bring you some Mario Odyssey. We'll be looking at also
That's because the big spear.
bringing you our Doom impressions of the Switch version, which again I said is out at the end of this week. And I'm sure there's some. We'll also return to our table discussions. Being
Yes.
at the end of the year, we need to talk about what this year has produced game-wise. Which, do you know what? And I'm not just saying this as a Nintendo fan. I'm saying this
Yeah.
as a game fan. I can't remember a year that's been this good
It's been
in a long, long time. This has
Yeah.
been one of the best years for video games. I thought 2015 was pretty good as well, to
Yeah.
be fair. You had Metal Gear Solid 5,
yeah.
Witcher 3, Arkham Knight that year, but I mean, this year has been exceptional for video
Yeah.
games. And I'm looking forward to we're looking forward to bringing you our thoughts of and our decision on what we think Game of the Year is going to be. Have you got an idea what you're going to pick, Kinga, without giving it away? It's probably obvious what people think I'm going to pick.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know what I'm gonna do, but it's quite a niche game, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, no, that makes it interesting.
Well,
Leave the people with a cliffhanger.
Yeah. I wouldn't say niche, but it's yeah.
I think
Yeah.
people will be surprised on how varied my list is going to
Yeah.
be, because it's no surprise Nintendo's had a brilliantly dominant year.
Yeah.
However, my list is not all Nintendo
Yeah.
games.
Oh, interesting. It's yeah.
And though people might think my top game's obvious,
Yeah.
it's not that. It's at the moment I haven't fully decided.
Okay.
No, it's not that obvious for me.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that, folks.
Yeah. So,
Joel, going back to my EGX memories, something
Yeah.
I haven't really got a chance to discuss. Playing this at EGX when it was in
Yeah.
alpha form on a PC,
Yeah.
I was slightly worried still.
Yeah.
To me, it still felt like the old janky Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And granted, I knew it was alpha.
Yeah.
But the turnaround in that short space of time, because
Yeah.
EGX was September.
So
Yeah, so this is come out October 27th.
yeah.
The turnaround's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, really, really good. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's still some. There's still some Assassin's Creed type elements to
Yeah.
it. It wouldn't be Assassin's Creed if it
No.
had the odd bug or two.
Yeah.
But Ubisoft does they do patch them out.
Yeah. Well, mostly. Yeah.
But most of the time, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, I mean it's stunning looking game, and it'd be good to try it on a 4K TV as well, HDR. It'd be interesting to see what
Yeah.
differences from the 1080p. So
Yeah, we do apologise to you guys that we're not able to bring you 4K streaming.
yeah,
That's simply because we're not loaded with money and we haven't got the equipment.
yeah.
And my 4K TV's still in a box because it's huge and I can't get it in the back of my car. It's just quite frankly ridiculous.
Yeah, little car, big TV.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got an Alpha hatchback, which is not the best for transporting anything. Barely fits my golf clubs in it, in all honesty.
So,
But yeah, can't complain.
but yeah, should we leave it there then? So,
Is that a good place to leave it? Yeah, because we don't want to reveal to people too
Yeah.
much, but we've given you an idea of what this game is about.
yeah.
I can't implore people enough. I know
Yeah.
there will probably be the few who do not buy this because they were burnt by Unity, but please, especially if you were
Yeah.
formerly an Assassin's Creed fan and you got put off by the last few games,
Yeah.
this is a return to form. I mean, we've only played it for a short while, but both our opinions of the game match those of the critics. We have a very high opinion of it.
Yeah.
How would I rate it against other games in the series? Hard to say at this moment in time.
Yeah, it needs more play.
But it's promising. And what the place we're leaving you
Yeah.
at now is where you would have seen the beginning of the E3 demo. So that is a good place to leave it. So, like I said earlier, guys, GamerBox is back. We're sorry for the delay. We've had personal ongoings. But just remember, our Twitter and Instagram account for GamerBox is at GamerBox Podcast. You can follow us all individually if you want on Twitter and Instagram. Phil is at Toxic Smoky. Kinger is on Twitter at Kinger1988. Martin is at MartoDH. And I am at AJNation71. Another thing I will plug very quickly before we go is I'm writing articles for the Two Guys Playing Zelda website. Worth giving not just my articles a read, but the various other things that they do, especially if you're a big Zelda fan. Follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Two Guys Playing Zelda and visit their website at twoguysplayingzelda.com. And Kinger is going to tell you about his other projects that we are hopefully going to collab with in the very near future.
I run I also part of a group called Rage Flip Gaming. We concentrate mainly on board games. Well, we pretty much don't do board games, but we're hoping to do a collaboration between GamerBox and Rage Flip. We're going to play. I have a Doom board game.
Looking forward to that.
So I can quickly grab over there actually, so I have it to hand.
We will edit this middle bit out because King is kicking everything over, and we've just killed the main character.
Yeah. So we're hoping to play this
Yes.
and then play the
The Switch release
Switch release as well.
of Doom, so to collaborate a bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's something we're looking forward to on a
Yeah.
project. But give Rage Flip Gaming on YouTube a look because their content, even as a non-board game enthusiast like these guys, I found it very interesting, and they certainly give you not just a very professional analytical view on things, well, as professional as you can be with a load of lads with a bit of drink and them playing board games, but also it's fun to watch, and I highly recommend it for people especially who are just dipping their toe into the water of that genre. But again, we've been GamerBox, ladies and gentlemen. To my right is my good friend, and to me, I will see you soon. Take care everybody and keep gaming.
Cheers.